Hello everyone, welcome back again to my class. This is the part 6 and the final part of the class and object series in Java. This video, I will teach you and demonstrate to you how we can incorporate looping in our work, right? So loop are handy because they save time, reduce errors, and they made code more readable, right? So and also, if you can recognize in your work that the codes are repeating, you can also use looping on that part of your codes, right? So by examining in our codes for our last video in our part 5, when we are able to use scanner for our user input, we tend to create more variables, right? So in one particular object here, we have this much of variables right here. So if you will add more objects in our program, probably you might produce much more variables, and that makes also a disadvantage in our program since the more variables that we create, the more loading and the more RAMs that this program wants to allocate on our RAM, the more storage of in a RAM will be used in our in the runtime of this program. So the best practices is to limit only some variables, right? So imagine that we will create 20 objects in our class hero. What happened? It will make a lot of variables and make a lot of codes, right? So we see repeated code since when we create here, we create another variable for hero code, for hero role, hero health and mana. Everything will be repeated. So to do that, we will incorporate loops, right? So in Java, there are three kinds of loop, okay, and all of those are the same. It will repeat a certain block of codes in your program. So first is we have while and we have for and do while, right? So all of those that I mentioned will be used in our activity. So you can also have understanding, right? So I guess no, in your way back then in your programming, one and two, you have also taught how you can incorporate or you learn uh, how you can manipulate loops in C++. So it's the same here in Java, right? So right now we'll be doing some quick fix on our codes right here because of the comment that I use last video. It makes my code messy. Okay, so right now I'll be fixing for a bit. Yeah, okay, another one and last one. Yeah. Okay, so imagine those bunch of codes will be repeated for how many objects that we are going to create. So we are going to reduce that one. Okay. First thing we will try to let the user. Okay. So we will comment for all of this for us to restart from the beginning, right? So first thing is we want the user asked how many objects or heroes that you are going to create, right? And then after that, we will ask if he enters two, it will ask twice for every details of our or attributes of our class hero, right? So right now, use our prompt system out the print line. asking the user to enter how many heroes uh, be created. So how enter the number of heroes. Okay, enter the number of heroes to create. Okay, so we'll store it in our variable number of hero, and we will always use next line, scan next line. So first we have to use the scanner. I hope no, we already imported the scanner along the way with the GOption pane, but we will concentrate only for scanner. So first scanner will load a new instance of our scanner. So scanner scan is equal to new scanner, and the parameter that we need to put is system dot in. Okay, so number of hero will be scan that next line, right? But again, this is a string and we have to store it into integer, so we have to convert it integer parse int to solve this issue. Okay, integer that. Okay, so has next line is a boolean, right? Remember, it is next line. Okay, that is my fault. So next line. Okay, so once you have entered now, how many uh, heroes to create? Now we will now create our array of objects. So again, our class is hero3, right? This is our class hero3. Okay, so hero3 and the bracket and your name, like hero is equal to new and hero3 and the number of object that you are going to create. So we have now initialization, declaration, and initialization of our array of objects, right? So now we know how many objects that we are going to create. So next thing that we have is the loop. Okay, because we will ask how many this one for the code and whatsoever. So we will use that one. But first we have the loop. So first we are going to use the loop for loop, right? For loop. Okay, so for loop, that is a syntax for loop. In the for loop, we have to add three parameters, and the parameter is separated by semicolon. Okay, the first parameter is initialization of variable to be loop, right? So for example, int x is equal to 0. So that is the variable that will be used for our loop. Okay, because we need to control also our loop, because if we cannot control our loop, that makes it infinite and makes our code messy. It always repeat and repeat infinitely. So we need to control our loop also, right? So we want that how many heroes that you were going to create, depending of the user, that is the enough time that or the how many times it will loop, right? So right now int is equal to x, right? Then in the second parameter, or the second parameter in your argument in your for loop, is the condition. So you can now have a condition like number of heroes is greater than x, right? So that's probably true, because the what how many you're going to enter, what is the number of objects that you're going to enter, it should be greater than 0. That makes your loop will execute, because if your condition will be not true, the loop will not execute. So this is the condition, or this is now the control where if the loop will continue or not, right? And also the third parameter is to increment the loop, because we want that to change the value for the loop. I know it's already done in your basic concept of looping, but if you have questions about this one, let me know in our class meeting so I can address also and explain to you in much detail about for loop right now. But right now, I cannot give you a detailed example, right? So, but it's only I'll just show you how it runs, right? So right now, I'll just output system out that print line, okay, and type X, right? So basically, what this the program will work for now is to really ask you how many numbers, how many heroes to be created, and you will now store it in your number of hero. And this one is to create array of objects. How many arrays of objects that you allotted for that one. And here, what we need to do is to print how to print our loop, okay, from 0 to the number of heroes that you enter, okay. So just for example, when I enter 10, it's output 0129, right? That is what the code implementation or the code execution of this line. um it's telling us that the x start with 0 and the number of hero is 10, right? 10 is greater than x, so meaning that is 10 is greater than 0. So every loop, x the value of x will be incremented to 1, meaning x plus plus is incremented. So every loop, the value of x will add to 1. So the first initial value of x is 0, so it is now printed to 0. Now once this once the first loop finish, the value of x will be added by 1. So now x is no longer 0 but 1. So 10 is greater than 1, still true. Okay, so what happened? Output the new value of x, which is 1. Sorry po. 1. Still 1. So 1. So 10, the second loop will be 10 is greater than 1. So now output the new value of x, which is 1. And after that, add 1. Okay, so that means x is equal to 2. 2 is greater than, no, sorry, what? 10 is greater than 2, it's still true. Then the loop will execute, output the new value of x, which is 2, which is this one. After executing or printing, add the new value, add 1 for the new value, and that makes it 3. Now, 3, x is now 3, 10 is greater than 3, that is still true. Then output the new value of x, which is 3. And after outputting plus 1, it makes it 4. And increment it 5, it loop 6, 7 until it now 9. The new value of x is 9, so 10 is greater than 9 is still true. Print the new value, which is 9. Then after that, add 1. Okay, the value of x is now 10. Now 10 is greater than 10. Now the condition will turn to false since 10 is not greater than 10, right? 10 is greater than 10 is false. Then it's now start the loop and now start now performing. That's why the last value is 9. So that is how we control our loop, right? Because of the condition and because of the increment. Okay, so these three parts of the loop should have been it should be important. The initial value, the condition, and the increment. Always, always, um, you can always think of that. Absence of the three must you cannot control. So without that one, without x plus plus, what happened? It will make your code infinite. Okay, and okay, probably you cannot do that one, but uh, x, right? Probably in it's the nicer way that for loop, because you cannot really. But if you just x is equal to 1, you can see the how it will. Okay, as you can see, the program still always loop, always loop, it always loop, it always loop, it always loop. Okay, why? Because x is greater than 0, and always and always and always greater than 0, right? So that is why it keeps performing, and it keeps on loading, right? So I make sure that is what we call a there are two kinds of error. We have the syntax error and the runtime error. This basically this one is example of a runtime error. It is it is a runtime error, meaning there is no syntax error, but the way we the way the program behaves, it not follow your what you are going, what is the the thing that you need to perform in your program. So basically, if you don't have an idea, you can know where don't know where it has a problem. But there, the problem is the increment. You have the condition, but you don't even increment the value of x. That is why the condition always true. Okay. Always remember that we have to limit um um or we have to control our loop for us to really execute the loop. Loop is very powerful, but if you don't even how to control a loop, it makes your program messy also. Okay. So all we need to do is to first is to create to ask a value for for this one. Okay, for the code. Okay. So to make it much more faster, we can just copy and drag it inside the for loop, right? Inside the for loop, I'll grab a copy for all the things that we did before, because that is the thing that we need. Okay, and so system out the print line, enter hero code, hero, okay, it's hero 1, hero 2. We will first, okay, just we will add here system out that print line, enter the following info for hero. Okay, and we have to uh, what is the number of hero, the hero number. Okay, and don't for always use +1. Okay, yeah, so everything is good except the my scan, since the other one, the other object that we use is my scan, and now the 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 object that has a, all the template for scanner is scan name scan. So we will change this one to scan. Yeah, so everything's fine, working fine. Okay, then we will add just a sort of separator output system out that print line for us to identify this the end line. Okay, just have so, okay, that one. So the more okay, then why do we put +1 here? Okay, so why? Because I will just put into okay, because we want, since the base number is 0, so we want it that when we as a human we always starts at 1, count by 1, not 0. In computer it starts with 0, but in us starts by 1. So it's that's why I plus or add 1 here. So basically what we are going to do is to now create a new value for our or for a new instance of our class. So which is hero, right? Hero, and then the number, the name of object, right? The number of object. So it starts with x is equal to new, hero 3. Okay. And you have a problem here because you want to specify all the attributes mentioned here. So I have a copy right here. So I'll just copy all of those things since all of those are the similar name. Okay, and probably I'll just make it much more bigger for our workspace so you can see the codes clearly. And I'll just enter here for us to. Okay, hero tree. I'll remember that the name of our objects, array of objects, hero, not capitalize hero. Okay, so that is how we can set whatever it is, whatever starts with zero. So the first object that's created is equals to whatever the value of x and whatever the value for these variables. Guess that's it, right? So basically what the program will do is this one. Enter a number of zeros. For example, if I will enter 2, so enter the following info for, okay, as you can see, 0, 1. That's 0, 1, right? 0, 1. So we have a problem with it recognizes our code here that it is a string and this is a number, so it just get concatenate. So we want this add here will execute as an arithmetic operator. So I'll just put an open close parenthesis telling this one that this is arithmetic operation. So stop it and do the same thing. Okay, to enter. So we have now here. So enter the following info for hero 1. So the code, for example, I'll just type a mimic information. Okay, like for example, Akai, for example. Code for Akai is 9. The name for that one is Akai. You mentioned that there is a next line you have entered since because we are using an LN. Later on, I will change that one. And Akai is tank and support. So tank and support for Akai. And hero specialty, uh, guard and control, crowd control. Okay, guard and crowd control. So guard and crowd. Sorry for that. Crowd control. Okay, enter lane. It's a rumor. Okay, release 2016, right? Hero hate for example 100, 100. Okay, so now it still have another loop, no? Because of our loop, it is now having another input here for another hero. Like for example, this we don't have enough time to fill up correctly, so I'll just name for example 14. Okay, my name Juan. Okay, I am a tank. Okay, for example, here's specialty. Okay, eater, hero lane. Okay, mm, base, laner. Okay, enter hero list 2021 and hero 1000, 1000, 1000. So that's it. Okay, the program starts. Yes, as you can see, there is no button here. The program stops since we only enter two heroes to create. So basically, we create now an object, right? But since then, we cannot manipulate, right? Once the program will stop, all our information that we need that we add to will be also erased. So in order for us to access also all those informations, like we can access um, our behaviors of our class, we can access it through also a loop. Okay. So we manage first to create classes through loops, and this is how we do it, right? So right now work on it is to present us how many loops, how many, we call it, how many heroes that we have, and we can also view all those information. Okay. So right now, since we already have idea what is for loop, okay, the same thing that we have is while loop. Okay, still while loop, still. So everything we can tackle about for while loop. So the same thing, we need a variable initialization, we need a condition, and we also increment. This thing is also have this one, but here it is separated, right? So for example, int y is equal to 0. The initialization is outside for the while. It is outside for the scope for the while, and this inside here, the parameter and only is the the condition. So for example, the number of hero is greater than y, right? And the condition will be y plus plus. Okay, it's the same. So the three parts that we have here in our for loop is still the same we have here in the different places. And the variable initialization is outside, and the while is the condition is inside the parameter, and the increment is at the bottom part of your code, block of code in your while block. Okay, so that's it right now. So all we need to do is to basically before doing this kind of this loop, right? We have to output first how many loops do we have, right? So system out that print line, okay, total number. So okay, total number of hero heroes created. Okay, so we will use concatenation. Okay, and I will just use hero because that is their name, and we use dot operator and use length. You know, it will tells you how many objects we have on that one. Okay, so that's it. So it will output, and then we can output also those information. So I just output the name of the heroes that we enter. Okay, and we'll let the user enter a code for us to see the entire details for that hero. So system out the print line. Okay, okay, we have hero, and I'll just put y plus one, the same thing that what we did on the at the upper part, y y plus one. Yeah, okay, that's it. No, print hero. Okay, and then we access the name that we have. So we access the name. So our hero here, whatever it is, right? So also whatever it's the zero, still y. Okay, so from zero, then dot. Okay, the name. So basically, what is the things that we had? What is the output for that? Is when we run our program. Before we run it, we have to set also. No, I don't want. Okay, I just use print for us to nicer way to look at. Okay, about this time also print line. So just use print. Yeah, also it needs print line. Also here it needs print line. Following hero code, it needs print line. Yeah. Okay, so run again. So how many heroes do we create? Like, so if we create only one, so enter the following info for hero number one. So say for example, we can name it for hero 14 code, and we can name a hero for Jill. Role is archer, for example. Specialty, okay. Specialty is magic, for example. Laning is rumor. Okay, it's still na ILN. I don't know where it is located. There's still LN rumor and hero release. 2021 health 100, 100. Okay, 1100. Okay, so it's automatically our program detects. Um, we have here hero. How many heroes created? Hero one and hero one Jill. Okay, we missed to put here. It's been. I'll just add concatenation, and that's it. So we manage, right, to pull out those information. No matter what, how many objects that we create, we enter. It knows how many objects, and it also populate how many heroes that we have to view, and then we'll let the user enter a number to view all the full details of the hero that we created. Okay. So right now it's been working. So I still have to fix this hero lane. Hero lane, hero lane. Okay, that's probably this one. Hero LN. So I just let's make it much more nicer to have to input it beside. So I guess no, let's try it again. And after it, if we will create three more um, object, then we'll let the user input whatever the number, like one, then a few details, right? So to do that, um, in here, okay, so just say system out that print line, okay, enter a hero number to view full details, okay. So okay, it's print like, okay, then another one int hero, so I'll just make it short to make it much more bigger. Hero number is equal to my scan again, or scan. What is the name of our object? Scan. It's scan that next line. It is next line that not has next line. So scan that next line, and make sure that we have to convert it into integer, that it parse int, right? So now all we need to do, whatever the hero number that we have, remember that we have a hero tree, our class definition that we have introduced hero, and this is how we can output all the details for our hero. So all we need to do here is use the object list, array object list, which is hero, and okay, remember that when they enter, since we add plus one, so the key for our object is not the same for that they enter. Like for example here, this is zero, right? Key zero, but the user see it is one. So if we use y here, it's still okay, since here we don't even add a value for y. It's just adding it on here. Then the value for y is still zero, right? In this. Okay. By the way, sorry for that. When they enter one, that is one, but in the key it is still zero. So all we need to do is y subtracted by 1, automatically subtracted by 1, okay, to get the exact key. For example, if this is 1, we know that this is 0 key, so that is we subtracted it by 1. And dot introduce. Yeah, that's it. So we introduce it. So that it's why what it will output the our definition. Okay, for a while. For a while. Okay, so we'll try to output our code if that is working. So run it. Like for example, how many create? Okay, so I'll just only create two. Okay, for us to really save more time. Okay, enter following like the first hero that I will going to create is Amon, and that is 109. Code is 109, and hero name is Amon, and the role is assassin, and specialty for this hero is burst magic damage, burst and magic damage. Laning, mid laner, yearlies. I don't know what is the okay, that's 2021. 2021. Health, I'll be setting it to 100 mana for 100 and the price is 1000. Okay, so it's now the here info for hero 1 and I'll enter the following info for hero 2. So now I'll be using another hero for our demonstration and this is Alex. Okay, this hero code for Alice is 4 and the name is Alice and the rule is mage and tank. Okay, and specialty for this hero is charge and regen, charge and regen, and the laner is still mid laner. And I know the release tier is 2016. Just 200, 200, 2000. Okay, so our program text that the total number of heroes created is 2 and the hero 1 is Aman and hero 2 is Alice, right? So when we let a user okay enter a hero number to view full details, when we type 1, so it will see our information. Hero 1, like enter. Okay, hi Bang Bang, my name is Alice. Okay, so we need a separator so we can also know where it is. So hi Bang Bang. Okay, yes. So that's it. So it makes work. It is now working, right? But we have to upgrade our like we have to set also print. Okay, so in here I'll just output like we just use in his so we cannot always print there. So okay, I'll just put that kind of okay or asterisk. It's nice to have an asterisk. I'm sorry, I forget to press shift. Okay, that's great. So that makes has a we call the separator. So right now, since but we are still working on our program, no, um, even though it's now working properly, but we don't want that when we select a particular hero, our program will not stop. We want it that we will control the program. If you want to view another one, you can also go back and view another, or else you can just if you don't need now to enter that is or to view that is the time that you are going to close the program, right? So to do that on our main, and this is now our another kind of loop in Java, which is do while. Okay, do while is a nicer loop because you can control your where you can repeat a per section of your line. So do while doesn't have a increment, right? It's only have a condition. So only have a condition to if that condition will run through, it will repeat automatically the one that section. Okay. So where is the section that we need to repeat? Okay. Probably we will going to repeat only this section. Okay. This section will be repeated. Okay. So for, on the do while, you need to determine what is the part of the codes you need to repeat. Okay. So I need this one to repeat, right? Because if you want to select another one, you know how many heroes and the name of the heroes and what's on, right? So here, all we need to do is to write do and open close parenthesis and okay, that is do. So meaning this is the section you have to repeat, right? So even though the condition is still not working, it will just present first do, and then if the condition for the while here is true, the whatever inside the do will repeat also. Okay. So right now, all we need to do is to create another prompt here, and I'll just prompt the user system out print line. Okay. Do you want to see another details? Okay, to see details from the other hero. Okay, so if that is the case, I'll just enter for us to space to enter this one. Okay, slash n to okay to new the next line. So enter one to go back and press any or enter or and any uh, press and enter one to go back and other key to uh, terminate the program. Okay, so all we need to do is to have is again we have to declare here in the top our variable declaration. I'll just int loop control, for example, since we are talking about numbers there. So loop control. So here loop control is equal to scan again that next line. It's still the same, next line, and always convert integer that parse int that is, right? So here your loop will have this condition if loop control is equal to 1. So if this condition will be true, this one will repeat. Okay, if not, it will not repeat. Okay, we'll output here system out that print line. Okay, print line program stop or terminated. Okay, so that's it, right? So if the condition is false, then it will proceed here and tell us that the program is terminated. Okay, so that's how we perform do while. Okay, just only a do and select a particular section of it that you want to repeat and add some prompt to enter something if to let them know if they will uh, we call it go back and okay add another one. Okay, so just let's try and add another data. Okay, so just add only to hero, okay, the same information that we have entered a while ago. So I just need to do okay. So the program is capable about until 100 objects, but my time permits now. It's still I'm now recording 44 minutes with this video, so I want it to end at 15 minutes. Okay, so right now enter hero code. It's still the same. I'll enter okay another hero that we have to use. For example, this Alucard, and that the number is 7. Seven, and the name is Alucard, and the role is fighter and assassin. And I don't know. Okay, the lane. Okay, the chase and damage is the specialty. Chase and damage, and also it is a expert laner, so AXP laner. Year released is 2016, and health is 100, for example, 200 and 300. Okay, and the second one, another hero that we have too is Aurora. So it's 36, and the name is Au Aurora. Okay, role is mage, crowd control, and another crowd control and poke. Okay, crowd control and poke. Okay, and it is an expert laner again, and I don't know. It is released by 2021. Sorry, it is a mid laner. By the way, it's my mistake. Around 2017. And okay, 300, 500, 2000. So it's still the same. It's to tell us that how many heroes that we created and the name of the hero that we had. So enter a hero that, for example, if I choose two and know that it is Aurora, okay. And now the program asked enter. Okay, it's lacking semicolon, but still you can enter one to go back and other, and enter one to go back and other key to terminate. So when I enter one, as you can see here, it's still it's pop up still same total number. It's repeat whatever we do here, right? So total number of is two hero, Alucard, and Aurora. Okay, when I enter one, you can see also hi Bang Bang. I am a, yeah. I enter only one. Yeah. Okay, a sub problem in our codes, right? As we can see, the first thing that we choose is okay two, and that is correct, Aurora. Yeah, when another one in there, hero number, I choose one, and it's a low card, but still Aurora. Okay, so we have to change that one, but still our program is still working, right? When I enter one again, it's still the same. It never stops. It still asks you to it is Aurora. Okay, when you tap, for example, you type 8 and that is will terminate, then the program will stop and you can no longer. Right? So that's the main purpose of our program to really ask you know how we can use loops in the incorporator our program, especially in creating objects. So if have time, I'll let me know if what is the problem on our in accepting no for one. Probably this one. Why whatever is whatever it is. Sorry. Okay. Whatever the hero number that you have, right? The hero number. So it is a hero number. Whatever it is subtracted by one. That is my mistake. Yeah. So that is what the cause of the problem. So again, it's still no. I'm still on 48 minutes, so I'm trying to create three or four hero, and we'll try if it's working properly. Okay, and then I want it that there are some no I have for total number of created. Right, this one I want that it is having there's one before this there will be a separator. So total number right here I'll add like that one for us to really have a nice screen for us to identify it clearly in our output. Yes, so that's the one that's lacking. So I tried my best. I will wrap up this video until 1 hour. So I have 49 minutes left. Oh no, I have now 11 minutes left for my 1 hour on this video. So I'll try as much as possible as I can to enter four numbers for object, right? So if four object, hero number one, I'll first enter another hero like Balmon, and Balmon hero is two. Code is the name is Balmond, and role is a fighter, and damage and regen, and lane is expert laner. Release I see 2016. Okay. Health 100. Okay, sorry for that. 200 and 1000 for example. So the second hero that we were going to use is Carmela, that is 92. Carmela, and support is the role. A specialty is crowd control. Crowd control and damage. Crowd control and damage. Okay. And lane is rumor. Still this 2020 100 100 100. Another hero for the third one. Okay, Dairut. Okay, yeah, Dairut. Code for Dairut is 85. Dairut. Okay, it's still a fighter. What is the special skill? We have charge and burst. Charge and burst. And expert laner again. XP laner. Released here. Okay, that is 2021. 2019, by the way. 2019. 500, 200, 300. And the last hero that we are going to create, Funny. Okay, Funny is uh, code number is 17. Okay, Funny. A role for this Funny hero is assassin. Specialty for this hero is chase and reap. Chase and reap. And the lane is for that is jungler. Jungler. And year release is 2016. Ah, yeah. Okay, manyod to na daw mi. Okay, that the time being recorded is now 12:38. So still I have to finish this one. So then we have health 500, 100, 1000. So as you can see, our program knows that we created four heroes, and those heroes are Banmon, Carmelia, Dairot, Fanny. Okay, full details. For example, when we use Balmon, we enter. So we have, hi Bang Bang, my name is Balmon, blah blah blah. Okay. So do you want to details a hero to enter? Okay. So I'll just enter one. Okay. So it's still the same. I put okay back here on the screen, and I enter two. So now we see Carmilla. We fixed the error a while ago. Carmilla and everything, the information for Carmilla. And I'll add one again, and I'll choose Dairut for three. And you see Dairut and the name and all the information for Dairut. And add again for one. And lastly for Pani. Okay. So you have all the Pani. And just select for one. As you can see, all the history that we are working in our program still is nice and look and feel that our program is not still stopping or terminating. That is the power of loop. Okay, so then I'll just, for example, I use for the diode again. Okay, and this time I decided to stop, and I choose any key. So now when I enter, the program stop and no longer accepting information. So that's it, and hopefully you've learned something with this video, incorporating loops in our program, especially in creating um, objects in our class also, and doing some manipulation. So it's the time is 12:14. They need to take my lunch. I hope you've learned something with me with this video. And this is all that we wrap up. We'll be creating a simple project the same like this one. So stick along with part one and until part six, and we will create a program like this one, manipulating objects in our classes. Okay, thank you for this series, for long one no series. I'll give you enough time to finish all the activities that we're going to create for you. This is intended for 2 weeks for your time. So, okay, just make sure that you can work on it, learn from it, because I am happy that you are learning with me. Okay, so again, thank you for watching. God bless everyone. Bye bye. See you soon.